Alright, let's dive in. You know, whenever I walk through a city there's this buzz, walls splashed with color, people wearing loud, expressive clothes. But if you look closer, you'll spot echoes of an artist who changed everything, Jean-Michel Basquiat. And at the center of his legacy sits one painting, PT369. Now Basquiat's PT369 isn't the most famous piece in his catalog, but for artists, designers, and especially streetwear creators, it's a secret code. On the surface, it's a jumble of numbers, scribbles, and faces, but beneath that, it's pure rebellion, it's a scream in paint. PT369 is Basquiat at his rawest, mixing graffiti with gallery, childhood with critique, and personal identity with social commentary. Here's where things get interesting. Streetwear, that mashup of high fashion and sidewalk style, borrows directly from this energy. Think about your favorite hoodie or that statement jacket. Chances are it's more than just fabric, it's telling a story. Modern streetwear designers like Virgil Abloh, Supreme, and even Nike channel Basquiat's spirit. They sample his chaotic lines, his crown motif, and most importantly, his urge to make art personal and public at the same time. Why? Because Basquiat's PT369, just like the best streetwear, isn't about perfection. It's about process. It's about showing your history, your struggle, your story, right out in the open. When Basquiat scrawled PT369 on canvas, he was referencing police codes, cultural codes, and the codes of identity he felt growing up in New York. Today, when someone rocks a Basquiat-inspired tee, they're not just wearing art, they're owning a piece of that coded history. Now let's talk identity. Basquiat never hid who he was. Haitian, Puerto Rican, black, young, bold. He painted all of it, sometimes literally right onto his canvas. That openness has become the DNA of streetwear. Wearing clothes with Basquiat's imagery is like carrying his spirit, raw, unfiltered, impossible to ignore, out into the world. But here's the twist. Basquiat's influence isn't just about style. PT369 makes us ask, who gets to tell their story? Who gets to define what art looks like? Every time a new designer riffs off Basquiat, whether it's a crown, a phrase, or a tangle of lines, they're not just paying tribute. They're joining in on a conversation about identity, power, and ownership. So next time you see a Basquiat print on a sneaker or a mural, remember PT369. It's more than a painting. It's a movement. A statement that what's real, what's messy, and what's yours belongs in the spotlight. For me, Basquiat's PT369 is a reminder that art, fashion, and identity are all tangled up together. And that's exactly where the magic happens.